Hello and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. Yay! Yes, and today is a very interesting day for many reasons, and you'll soon find out. But I'm on set today with my husband and co-pilot.
I've been working to make them see me so that yes, please let us see very well. Yes, I'm on the show today. My name is Kingsley Bature.
And I am Anietie Bature.
Yes, yes. I know in today's show, right? I know it's your show, but today everybody will answer his father's name. Do you understand? So we have some people that are here on set with us in the studio on behalf of their constituency. And there are several fathers. But we need to focus on our focus, the issue that we're talking about. But before we go there, please welcome the subscribers that have been following us and the new ones that joined us this week.
Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. You know, on this show, I have to say, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your lives and in your relationships in particular.
Bam.
And one of the ways we do that is to engage in all our interesting conversations and get your own input so that everybody can hear how it is pinching everybody. So that you won't be in your own small space and assume and conclude that things work a certain way. This evening or on this show today, we are going to have the privilege, the opportunity to hear from so many people, and it's going to be fantastic.
In fact, I just want to stop you there. When you say we're going to hear from many people, it is going to be a debate. We're not going to hear from them. They are going to tell us, and other people are going to tell them.
So let's start this debate now, since you say we're not going to hear from them. So when they are doing the debate, how are we going to know what they're saying? Is it not by hearing?
Okay, you have a point. But it takes a man, to be able to, humble himself and say, you have a point. So you see, that's part of the gender dynamics that we're talking about in this place today. So
So welcome everyone who has joined us today online, on Facebook, on IG, on LinkedIn, on all the platforms, and definitely YouTube. Thank you so much for being with us today. Please, if you're a first timer, just do hashtag first timer and let us know where you're joining us from. And like we always say, please share, because this is going to be an interesting discussion. So please share. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And to those who listened to our call last week and joined us over the week, thank you so much for becoming part of the Common Sense family.
Thank you.
Yes, we're very happy to have you on board. We're excited about it. Yes, and we look forward to this family growing and becoming even bigger and bigger, because community is so important in this day and age.
Wow.
So we do not take it for granted that you decide to come on board with us. Thank you once again. So at this point, I would like to, first of all, let you know what the show is about today. The topic is navigating
gender
dynamics.
It's dynamic. It's very dynamic.
Yes, because it's fluid. It flows. It moves. And I like something about the dynamics, because you know how some people just assume, and sometimes can be very annoying. Somebody come and say, women are something, and women are and men do something. So I'm just like, hello, why all this generalize? It's like people just assume.
Excuse me.
What?
Example. You say the way to a man's heart is his stomach. Who told them? Have they met me? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's one example. Another example. They say it's the women that take care of the kids. The men's job is to go to work.
And then one I heard today, and this was a woman saying, women are looking for men who provide for them. I'm like, okay. No, really, because it's something that a lot of women are looking for, but don't come and generalize. That's the problem. So anyway, this is a good time for us to get into those details and find out some of the biases that we all have, right? We all have biases.
Yes.
So I hope this will help to normalize,
exactly.
rebalance everybody, right? So it's time to introduce our guest on the show today. And some of them are troublemakers, but we will yes, shakers and breakers. We will allow them to introduce themselves by themselves, starting from the person to my immediate right, who is
very shaded.
He's very shaded.
He's very shaded.
And we will not say anymore. So please go ahead and introduce yourself.
He's a very shaded.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Yes, please. Could you speak up?
My name is Kingsley Toby KJ,
aka P-Tobes. aka Toby Kings.
I'm happy to be here. I hope to learn a couple of things, and I hope a couple of people also learn from me as well.
Why were you looking at the lady by your side when you were saying a couple of people, as if a couple of people also learn from?
I mean, if she
I know that.
Okay.
No, just that.
Okay, that's have you finished?
Yes. I am. Am I single? Am I married? I don't know. We'll find out later.
Wow.
Yes.
So that means so he's just putting it out there. He's putting it out there. That means whoever is thinking that they have attached to him, you're your own.
So if you think I'm single, you're right. If you think I'm in a relationship, you're still
Single,
right.
you are defending.
Right.
Okay.
That's
All right. Thank you very much. And then we'll go over to Ona. Please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ona. I have common sense, but I'm here to learn more common sense.
You are welcome, Ona.
Ona is a presenter.
Yes.
That's why I have the common sense.
It's going to be hot here because the very next person is also a radio host.
OAP.
And she tackles difficult issues. Because when you are, you cannot say or ask me questions only on this topic. Do you understand? Her show, people just call and be asking anything. So,
and she is also a member of the shaded gang.
Let her introduce herself. Please go ahead.
Please, I'm trying to practice the soft life.
Wow.
So permit me if I sound different.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, my name is Amanda Chinelo Moye, but I'm fondly called Sweetness. I'm called Sweetness on air. I'm a radio presenter, delving into TV now, and I do other things, but we'll leave those ones out. And like my learned colleague over here, when she said that, and I thought that the way she was going to complete it,
It's not the way I left it for you.
So I have common sense, but I am not in a relationship. so I'm going to be holding the common sense until I find a man who's ready for all this peace.
All this peace you have to give.
Hallelujah.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sweetness.
That's a statement of intent.
Oh my goodness.
The statement of intent.
Okay. Please, the person who just received the head rub, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Introduce yourself.
Good evening, good people. Panel of judges, I'm great timekeeper. Don't worry, I don't want to tell you what you want to defend now, what you want to tackle.
Well, you soon find out.
Yeah, just hang on. You'll soon find out.
So are you going to tell us
I tell you.
Tell us your name.
My name is Deji. I'm a realtor and
I'm a controversial person.
no, not yet.
Not yet.
You say waiting.
Not yet.
Okay.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, cool. All right. So at this point, I think we are ready and the stage is set for us to commence our conversation. And at this point, I'll hand it over to you, Mr.
All right.
Bature.
So as a promising young man, there were certain things that I, went through. I went through a lot. But as a promising young man, there are certain things that I went through. And when I was going through them, right, there were issues I had to address. But what I'm hearing these days from the young people is that the issues I had to address then in my day
It's nothing.
is nothing compared to what they're addressing now. So there's something. So the question I would want to ask now is, what are the issues? What is the main problem facing men, young men today? And what is the main problem facing young women today? So I'm going to throw that question both ways. Do you understand? Young men, what's the main problem facing you people? Young women, what's the main problem facing you people? So that we can begin to understand where we are in the scheme of things.
Okay, so are you looking for the particular challenges they have, as in conditions, or are you looking for the problem that the women see in the men and that the men see in the women? Which one?
Pick a struggle.
Pick a, God bless you. Pick a
I think
struggle.
that's why we're asking.
Let's know
can
first.
help us to figure out our problem.
Okay, so KJ.
All right. I will have to go straight to the point. I feel the problem of today's women.
Today's women, okay.
Yes, by today's women, I mean this generation. Is they are confused. The women of this generation, most of them, let me not generalize, all right? Most of them are confused. They don't know what they want. They say they want this, but at the end of the day, they want the other. They're not certain as to what they want exactly. The women of this generation, most of them are confused. Yes, I think that's it.
Okay, so that's the first point you have made.
Yes.
Women are not really sure of what they want.
Yes.
There's some kind of confusion there. Okay, all right. Ona?
I have a problem with him saying of this generation because technically there are like 3 different generations in bro. There is baby boomer.
Okay.
No, the 80s to
Millennials.
Millennials are and
Mm-hmm.
the ones that baby boomer gave to their first, second born, and the rest. Then there's Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
So let me be specific. The millennials and the Gen Zs. I'm more specific on this.
The
millennials and the Gen Z. I feel they are confused. Most of them are confused. They don't know what they want, and that's it.
Okay. And if we want to ask you why you say so, can you say just one reason why you say so? Give just one instance.
One reason why I say the women of this generation are confused is the fact that, okay, let me paint a scenario. In the society has been designed in such a way that we have just a few men who are up there and making it, who are actually wealthy, quote unquote, right? And the larger spectrum, the larger amount of men do not really have. They're struggling between the middle class and the have-not. All right. But then you have women who are, most women clamor for this 1% of the 1%. Okay, this 1% of the 1% men, they want this man who is rich, who can take care of them, who can, give them the better life. Do you understand? But then the men up there have this sense, they have this mentality. Most of them cannot stick with one woman. Now you go for this 1%. He breaks your heart, shatters it into different pieces, and then you generalize all men as well. Like how? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I said I don't think they really know what they want. Honestly.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's an interesting one. All right. It's I think to just quickly try to bring some leveling. I would like Ona to respond.
I have okay. So my answer
you don't have
is
to respond to me.
Okay, but my answer is more like a question.
Okay.
Now I'm not in that WhatsApp group, but how many men actually know who they are or their identity outside being financial providers?
They shall know something.
No, your head of house.
No, but they know something. They know they are supposed to provide, right?
outside providing.
No, you can't put outside.
Usefulness.
Let her.
No, outside financially providing. Outside financially providing. Outside ego, money, kudi. Do you know who you are?
Wow.
Are you asking me?
No.
Should I give you an answer?
Yes.
So,
Do you think a lot of men know who they are?
So
let's hang it there.
Do you think a lot of men know? Because he may
know himself.
He may know, but he may not be part of that percentage.
Yes.
That was how
and then let's get ready to look at comments while Sweetness shares her.
Okay, so Sweetness, go ahead. Let's
I can see the wheels turning.
So while we like to do a lot of bans when we talk about young people, I take it serious, right? So when KJ talked about confusion, I'd like to state categorically that both gender, they're all confused.
Hey,
I'm stating for women. You can state for the guys.
I'm just going to state that because what I'm about to say has got nothing to do with confusion.
Okay.
Wow.
That's what I have to say.
Okay.
Men, women, they're all confused. What actually, the problem I think that men have, let me go back to what Professor Kingsley said about the issues that
were issues
you dealt with. They are the same issues.
That are troubling the both genders.
Yeah, they are the same issues still facing the men.
So, identity.
No, you know when he said the things that he thought he had to do.
Okay. Yes.
That's the same issue. But now men are now thinking that the kind of things that you hear now, it's the same thing. It is the same thing.
So
all
it's
the issues.
It's not a pro max edition.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's just a watered down thought process where people actually now think that it's like this. Meanwhile, it's still where it is. You know, like is it half full or half empty? You understand? People just decide to look at it as half empty. So the problem, what I think the problem of men is they actually have refused to acknowledge that both gender are supposed to coexist side by side. That is what my problem is with the men. So the men just feel like everything. I don't even know whether to call it insecurity. There's a lot of insecurity. They feel like everything that the woman is doing is to work against them.
Sorry,
they feel like, hey, don't excuse me, sir. I'm the third person.
Sorry,
I've gone. You like argument.
Sorry.
This is not an argument.
Sorry.
I've not opened it up 5 minutes. This is my own opinion. Like Maria Benjamin would say 100 times in a second. My opinion, though. My opinion. It's my opinion. Yeah. So it's my opinion.
Okay.
Though. So I feel like men just that's one. Then two is that thing that I said. But everybody claim that they know everybody, and they know person finish. So I think that if we actually do relax, we will find out that this dynamics that we are trying to find, it's still easy go. It's still, it's a free flow of let's exist together, live and let live.
She brings something to the table, which was, if you look at the description of if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere, the description of this is it possible for both of them to exist together? Because there's those people that says men are from, there's a saying that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So my question is, can they exist in the same planet? Because this is the planet that we are now. So can they exist? So what is the issue? It's like your body has been boiling.
Yes.
People are sending
you can't
comments.
say something. They even ask you a question that was false. So wait for the
people are sending comments. In fact, they are asking us to give them link to call in because the ladies have raised the question of identity and they have raised the question of insecurity. The guys have raised the question of they are only looking for providers. The providers issue. You understand? So some people's body is scratching their face. Somebody said and confusion. Yes.
Exactly.
They just say your own because somebody online said his body is scratching his. They should tell you not speak up. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I like to ride on existing protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
Ladies, the problem is, let me start from what you said about confusion. And there's something that we need to know. We need to balance the difference between equity and equality when it comes to gender perspective.
Help me, Daddy.
So, equity is when things are equitable and precisely when things are fair enough for everybody to enjoy.
Okay.
Equality is life. Not be everything balance.
You know suppose balance.
You know suppose balance. That's why we cannot be equal. So the fact that men, in a way, the universe creation has made men in a way a bit higher, and with my own belief as a Christian, which makes man the head. I don't think there is anything the body can do without its head. So when we are talking about this confusion of a thing, I'm going to lay a perspective. There's a perspective in church for ladies, for Christian ladies. They want the all outgoing guy. They want the guy that
That's why I just.
And at the same time, they still want the very, very holy bros. Auntie, what do you want?
See that before this show started, we were saying that thing about having it all. So you are saying that it's as if the ladies want to have it all. They want to have a touch of Nathaniel Bassey.
Exactly.
A healthy dose of Two-Face or Davido, and then another sprinkling of Pastor Bolaji Idowu. You understand? And then if possible, you can throw in, you can throw all of this in on a bed of what's his name? Kubana, what's his name? Obi Kubana. Yeah, so that they have the full package of both the holy and the hot. The hot and holy.
Okay, all right.
Combinations.
Are you done? Were you done?
Are you?
Let me pause.
Yes, okay, so it's a good time for us to take some comments before we start dissecting some of these things.
Yes, so the comments are coming in hard and fast. And somebody has said we should give them link, but I told them they should hold on with the link. They shouldn't send the link yet until everybody has said their first opening statement. Then we can send them link and we can begin to hear and push the interaction further. So I would like us to take, guys, can you put up the comments for me? Thank you.
Okay, so Afro Ibrita. Let's see. Ibritamello.
This sounds very new.
Is that L-O or I-O?
It's L-O.
Okay, Ibritamello.
It sounds new.
Yes, actually, Afro, this is the first time we have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. And he says, this is so nice. I'm happy to be here. And we are happy you are here. Debbie says, I know some of these troublemakers very well. Debbie, hi. Okay, let's see. Ubawabasi Edo says, good evening, everyone. Yes, hi. Jimoski says, link to call. I can't hold it. I can't hold it. Jimoski, you'll get the link shortly. Benjamin says, thank God we are financial providers. Okay, yes. Thank you, Benjamin. So this is in line with your comments, right? That most men know that they are to be providers. Yes,
but they still have problems with it.
But the concern is what else. After that, what else? We'll get to. Yes. Thanks so much, Robert. Manasseh says navigating gender dynamics involves understanding and respecting diverse perspectives.
Manasseh
is here again.
He's here again. English for that guy mouth.
Manasseh, you're welcome. Thanks. Okay, and he says in this debate we need to argue whether the focus should be on achieving equality or equity in gender dynamics.
I'm not about equality. That's why I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't go there. Because I actually I'm not.
You're not for equality.
I'm not for gender equality. I don't think that men and women
are the same.
Are equal.
Okay, but I think you should carry on. We'll take the remaining comments.
I don't think that's why when you started with equity and equality, I was like a bit okay. I hope that this, this is not the gender dynamics is not where it's at, because I don't sit in conversations where I'm going to talk about how me and a man can be equal. If me and a man is not equal, it's so different. Like naturally, there's a natural order of things. First of all, you were made. We're not even talking about the fact that you were made first. That a man was made first, and something had to be taken from you for me to be made. That means I complete you. You understand? So, I'm not about that equality. Then our genitalias are different with different functions. Women can do. I say it with all sense of responsibility, pride, and whoever wants to beat me should look for me on the road. Come to my house and beat me. You understand? But no matter the women can do literally everything now, but we cannot get ourselves pregnant.
Oh, I think
that's debatable.
We can. No. We can only go and buy what will make us pregnant.
But the source is
the source of recreation can only come from a man. So that's why I try to put it out here, because if this discussion is going to gender equality, at least I am not looking for.
So what about so that means you have declared clearly you are not equality.
I am not for
what
gender
about
equality.
equity parts? Is there somebody that
fairness
is very essential.
Okay, so but you mentioned when we started about the fact that some men are insecure. So the equity, is it that the men do not feel like when it comes to certain things in the relationship, they are not measuring up. So that's what's bringing the insecurity. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so she actually raised the point of insecurity.
Okay.
I said, how many men know themselves outside of being financial providers? Because most times the argument is always, I'm going to be providing, I'm going to be bringing half of the time. And I told you this thing. The money that you are shouting that you are bringing, you address it to 3 basic or 4 basic things.
Okay.
Maybe rent, food, school fees, and
medicals.
It is the woman that might use her brain. I said might, because sometimes some men actually. The woman is one that use her brain. That miscellaneous part is her that will know family people that we need money. It's her that will know whether there are other extra. She might even be the one that will say, let's start building house. If people have not built house by that time. So when you are saying provider, you are not solely with the whole thinking of what to do with money. It's not possible.
So in other words, or should I say, if we want to put it in a nutshell, it's like saying, yes, even though you may be the provider, or you see yourself as a provider,
manager.
There are many other roles. And even in the providing, it may be such that you cannot provide 100%, and somebody else still, your wife.
So let me
now be a supporter.
You might even know this kind of story. Okay. First 5 years of marriage, you are the provider. I use this example for you. First 5 years of marriage, you are the full provider, and they bring money and everything. What if the downturn takes a toll on you? Whether you are working for somebody or you have your own business, this is Nigeria. This is life. So the next 5 years now, when your wife is taking over, your body will be biting you, because in the beginning you were the one. That is if your idea was, I want to be the provider of the house.
Yes.
First 5 years or first 6 years, you were the one running show. Anything can happen. The next 6 years, it might be her.
Yes.
So who are you outside being provider? That's why body used to bite them.
Yes.
Why would you say body used to bite?
It's body that is to bite you. That's the insecurity.
I think the reason why body bites me,
it's not the woman that was making you feel bad.
No, relax. Is because I feel the stress men go through most times have been undermined a lot of times by women.
They are not getting credit for their
It's not in the head of house that you're shouting. It's not in the head of house that you're shouting. I'm the head of this home. Is that not you appreciating your stress?
There must be something that would have made the man. There must be something that would have made the man to re-echo.
There's nothing.
Why would a man just wake up all of a sudden and start re-echoing the fact that he's the head of the house?
Thank you.
Insecurity.
See,
I say, sir, I say this sometimes on my show that if you have to remind me, if you for the two people, if you have to remind me that you're a man every time, there's a problem with the two of you.
In fact, I was going to say,
it's either your wife, your woman, or your partner is trying to emasculate you.
So, in fact, I was going to say something that my father used
So why do
to
women
say.
try to emasculate?
My father used to say while we're growing up.
They go by here. Yes, I said the last one. Which question?
I'm coming. She said there's something that my father used to say. You know, he will come to when he comes to that. He said, if I have to remind anybody that I'm the head of this house, there's a problem. So you are saying that most men are always trying to remind the woman that they are the man.
Not most men. Not. So this is the perspective. Let me bring this probably things that are going to be coming from me. Let me put in the perspective. So in this way, I want to talk about men that their heads are correct.
The ones that have
or the men that are willing to have sense. Those are the ones we are talking about. So we are taking toll on guys that are willing to be responsible and they are working towards it.
What men ought to do.
Exactly, which we are also inside saying what happened doesn't exclude us. Now,
don't vouch for this.
Exactly. Everybody answer Papa name.
So, as it stands, when you are talking about the fact that a man is the head of the house, okay, he's the provider, and if something happens, and I've married that helper if I want to marry. That is what I'm looking for. I'm not just looking for a fine, beautiful man that is going to be like some
trophy in the house.
Trophy wife.
So, if you are a helper, you are coming in to do some things. Okay, if I go all out, I go also for the family, and it's okay for you to manage the house. Now, these days, it's not only men that are doing it. So some men are now stepping down. Now, you see, before, it used to be the responsibility of the lady that, okay, they are the ones going to school to drop the children. Or if there is PTA meeting, it's ladies. Now, you are getting there now, you are seeing men. Because the man is considerate.
I am one of them.
Exactly. Because the man is considered that, okay, my wife is at work. Probably the wife's place of work is far, or is farther to the school of the child. So the man was okay, their school is on my way to work, let me just drop them. And it's going to be the man's responsibility like that. There was one day, there's one school close to my, I don't want to mention the name of the school, it's close to my house. So I was going, I think that day was a resumption day. I was now walking out in the morning. Now as a realtor, so the time we are walking out, we are still looking for properties. So as I was walking out, that man came to drop his child first day of resumption in school. As that girl dropped from the car, so it's the security that we carry them in. But the man dropped the child, a female child. He hugged the girl, and I think he spoke something to the girl, and he kissed the forehead of the girl. I felt like having a child.
Your ovaries. You didn't say your ovaries.
So for me, right, I feel so all the things we are talking about men. Let's look at our father's time. The way, even if they are not saying as the man of this house, there is this position they used to have. I know that as the man of this house, I know some that is that pop.
Yes, exactly.
Now that thing is now taking another role. That shows that men, in a way, are being considerate. Now let's come to ladies now. Ladies, the problem is you just want everything. You just want like any little that the guy is not doing well. There is one young girl I know. She has a mentor for everything. A mentor for career. It's not about to have a mentor. A mentor for relationship. A mentor for. So if anything happen, a guy just asking what. You understand? You don't even want to use your own discretion to dissect.
You're going to look for your mentor.
You're supposed to get to a place of confusion, at least to know that, okay, let me talk to this man. But you don't even know if you want to love this guy. Okay, sir, this guy is asking me to should I agree? I'm just talking like I'm thinking that this is what this girl. But why would you go and tell everybody what is happening? Something happening in your house. Everybody in your office is knowing that something is happening. So there's a way I think ladies need to come to at least to that level of balance because men are becoming more responsible.
So let me even add to that. What about the situation where you have women who show more respect to their pastors more than they show to their husbands?
Bro,
you see a woman.
You are going.
No. Let's bring it down. You see a woman. You see a woman, a wife. She has no problem whatsoever kneeling down for her pastor and calling him daddy, papa. But when she gets home, so if she finds it difficult to kneel down to serve her husband food, but she can do all of that to a pastor. That's a big problem we're having now.
That's the emasculation of
exactly.
Instagram people said no, she is kneeling to the anointing.
The husband has anointing.
No, but see, now
he has anointing. He doesn't have anointing.
This is another problem. And but first of all, let's address one thing. The husband is not being considerate for the wife. He's still not your child. There's something that it feels like you are helping your wife to raise your children. Please don't raise your children. When they are old, they will not remember you. No, don't raise your children.
There's a picture that came
now back in child. He said he's helping his wife. Don't back.
And the wife they were twins. And so people said, "Oh, we love you when men
help their thing."
Yeah, so the conversation was crazy. Like
it is because he's a child.
There's nothing like
that. Do you know? And that thing that he said when he saw the father expressing his love for his daughters. Now we are girl children. We and the way they press our papa brain is different from the way the boys press their daddy brain. Then they face their mother somehow. The dynamic in many homes is like that. So when you see the one that the father is raising the son, you wouldn't be saying, it's good. Let's be putting hand in the son's matana. That's how you raise a man from small. But I don't think it works when you feel as if you're helping your wife.
Yeah, so the fact is, when you see it as helping her,
it's like you're doing her a favor.
You're trying to say that it is her responsibility to raise the children. It's her responsibility to run the home. It's her responsibility to make sure the house is clean. So when you come to do anything,
you're helping her.
You are helping her. Right? And what goes wrong with that is that you now start expecting, if I help you, you should appreciate me for helping you. You should commend me for helping you. But then when she's doing all those things on a normal day, how much appreciation and commendation are you giving to her? So in fact, one guy on TikTok said that his marriage got so much better after he stopped helping his wife. Right? And then as he was saying this, he was cleaning the whole house, setting things in order, and
I'm
said,
taking care of my house.
It's my house.
I'm not
helping.
And then
he said, it's my son. And then he says, it's my. Do you understand? So it's not that it is her responsibility and you're helping. It is your responsibility as well, and you're doing your part.
So see where it even goes back.
There's plenty comments. There's plenty comments. There are plenty comments, and there's some. We had Jimoski and
really wanted to call
and Patrick backstage. Please,
and
please can we get Victor Silva is also backstage. So please, can we get them back while we take some comments? Can we get?
So I think we can go through some of Victor's comments. He wrote down his.
Yeah. We'll get that. Jimoski is here.
Okay, great.
Please, let's take Jimoski. Jimoski, can you hear us? You are live.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys.
Jimoski.
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
Oh, we can't hear him, please.
Good evening.
Sam. Hello, Jimosi, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
I think he's speaking, but we can't hear the feedback.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can hear you now, Jimosi. Go ahead.
All right. So let's have the
First of all, the score is 5-0. I think the women are winning. First of all, the score is 5-0. Secondly, can you reduce that light on top DJL? It's consuming more units.
Damn, that's below the belt. Come on.
Okay, guys. Good evening. Okay.
Timothy, you have 2 minutes so that we can take other calls.
All right. Yeah, my own takes on this issue, and I think this current generation we think we know what we want, but yet in reality we don't really know what we want. So, what we want most time is imagination. Imagine so big is standard. But when we get into the reality to work towards that goal, then we start finding the easy way out. And in the process of finding the easy way out, we end up in the wrong place or in the wrong person's hands. And we start blaming probably the society, or we start saying love is not real or that. Now, my own take on finance issue. When it comes to finance, the women will always say we are the head of the family. That's why you have to come to spend the money. But when it's not anything that has to be spending with money, then they bring that gender balance into it, that we should balance gender or not. As far as I'm concerned, if me and you are husband and wife in the house, everything has to be 50-50, because in this day you look at women telling you they are working for their own money, but you don't see the money they are working for. Where is the money they are working for? Then what's the essence that you are working for money and you are under my roof? Then you are not adding any value to the marriage. So my own take on this whole issue finally is that women should know where they stand. If I'm the head of the family, let me act as the head, then you act as a team. If you want to act as the head with me, prefer to pay the school fee with me equally, prefer to put the house rent equally, prefer to share your money with me equally, I will do less part to that, so that we can have that equal balance and gender in our marriage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jimoski. So Jimoski is pushing for 50-50. If we want to say that we're on the same, that we are in this together, we're equal or whatever, however you want to do.
So Jimoski is throwing the line of, if you want equality, we should make equality go all the way, all across all facets. So even though Sweetness has said she does equity, fairness, she doesn't do that whole equality thing. There are a number of comments here, and I want to take them before we have our next caller. The comments plenty, so it's over to you two.
All right, let's start with Timora says the fire on today's show, eh? Hi, Timora. Okay, so let's start with Victor's comment. I think that's the cool one. Okay, so Victor says, let's not make the mistake of belittling what any responsible man does for his household. Exactly. Speak to the men. Men in general do not need to be praised or told that they are doing well. By default, we know what our duty is.
That the men I want to put emphasis on the men that have sense. Okay.
By default, we know what our duty is. Please, let's continue, Victor.
Okay, I think you said that.
Then Victor says, many men, in spite of their sacrifice and hard work, the women will do everything to make it look like he is doing nothing.
Like that emasculation that I thought
That's the emasculation she talked about.
Yes, emasculating, yes.
Lots of men are dying from emotional domestic violence.
Emotional violence.
And can't talk about it.
Wow. That's where I will introduce them to Man Cave, because that's the podcast. Man Cave podcast. We will talk about all of these things in Man Cave podcast, but I will talk about it in the end, because this issue is an issue. You know that last line, that men can't talk about it.
All right, so let's continue with Victor's comments. I think there's one more at the
Okay.
And then he says, for me, I always say this, it is not a competition. My wife and I are not in competition of who loves best, provides best, suffers best. We both work together for the better of our good. All right, okay, fantastic. And thank you very much. I think that's all of Victor's comments. Thanks a lot, Victor. So in summary, Victor, I think it's really clear. Most men, hopefully most, like my husband said, men that have sense know what they are meant to do, and they do it, and they don't need to be commended. They don't search for applause and so on. They just do what.
But it would be good if they commend them, guys. I mean, if I'm working my socks off, somebody should rub my head and tell me.
I was about to say when the first comment that Victor, the person that said we know our this, we don't need to be told. Men need to be told.
Thank you.
One of the things, I don't know whether a lot of men agree to it or not. You guys are babies. It doesn't matter how muscular or aquabilicious that you are.
Aquabilicious.
It doesn't matter really. You're
baby, I doing well.
That's we don't need to be told. 6 more head rub. Why?
the next thing you should have just stood up. There's a way.
You understand? So when there was one, my former boss, she noticed female to female. She noticed that at some point, it's like she was always concentrating on
criticizing.
Yeah, criticizing what you did well. So one day she came in and I had done something right. I wasn't thinking about it anymore. And then she just came back and said, "Oh, Mandy, thank you." I'm like, what? I'm sorry, what did I do? So I'm saying thank you for that thing that you did. I'm like, are you being sarcastic? Now, let me know that. Are you serious? What did I do? It's like I did not get it right. You see, I cannot say that you did it right now. You got it right. That's why I'm saying thank you. She now went ahead to say that she realized that she was doing more criticism than saying appreciation. So I think that whether it's anybody's duty or not, it's like there was a short movie that I watched about the housewife who was doing everything and all that, and then she collapsed. She collapsed, and the doctor was asking the husband, "What does she do?" Say she actually does nothing. She doesn't do anything. She stays at home all day.
Until
she does not do anything. She's a housewife. That's why I told her to stay at home, because she's a housewife. And then they now went back to go and document what she does from morning till night. Like the cycle continues. And
3 kids.
I think she was going, 3 kids.
With
and then
3
she was
kids.
going to the market, and at traffic she slumped.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was when they now go. So you need that appreciation.
On both ends.
On both ends.
Yeah.
You need to tell the man, yes, you're providing. It's your duty to provide, but some of your brothers that don't have common sense are not providing.
So
thank you
that
for
you are
doing
providing.
Thank you.
Well done.
Exactly.
You understand?
All right. Thank
Sadly,
you so
not
much.
everyone.
Okay, so
Ephraim.
Ephraim says if a man has to re-echo that he is a man, it means he was not showing enough that he is indeed the man. So I would say if that happens, he might want to check within and not command it. That's part one.
I will say that there's also the assumption that the woman too has sense.
Yeah.
I think the man,
because it's not, sometimes you are showing it and there are some, okay, I can share something that we discussed that happened during the weekend. It was a case where a man and a woman, and this one was on radio, and what was the issue? The wife just got up one day, carried one of the sons, and left the house. What's the issue? The guy is not doing enough. I'm making more money than you are making, and so you can't tell me how to live my life. I mean, something that we can. There's a level of life, there's a quality of life I want to live, but I'm making more money than you. So you can't tell me that we should live a different quality of life. I can't be below. Do you understand? I value my enjoyment more than your demand. And if you can't deal with it, she picks up, carries us, and goes away. And the man is saying, "What should I do?" Do you understand? So there's that part where the man is saying, "Oh, I've done this, I've done what I think I'm doing enough." But because she's making more money than me, she feels like she can just.
It's not because of that.
So that's an issue. That's an issue on the ground.
You just said the issue before you got
to this, yeah.
So because You're saying the wife is saying, if he's saying the truth enough to say that the wife is saying, I can't live below a certain, that is the problem. I am not leaving the house because you're not giving me
Exactly.
money. I'm not leaving the house because you're not bringing in money. I'm leaving the house because you have a problem that I bought an 85-inch LED TV for the house. I'm leaving the house because you have a problem that I bought a car. I'm leaving the house because you have a problem that I changed my son's school. I'm leaving the house because you think I'm doing too much for saying my son should go abroad for holidays because you're not bringing the money. One of the first issues I had on my show when I started the night show was a woman whose husband told her to go and return the plasma TV that she bought
because he was not the one that bought it.
Because she was doing too much. And this woman said, this is the first time we're having this issue. Let me not call the name of the brand. This brand came to my office and said they were doing promo that we can get this half the price. And it was a steal. And I bought it. And we've had a broken TV since. And I bring TV home and you tell me that,
because you're
it's not me that bought it.
You can afford it now. I'm even telling you that I bought it less than half the price. You're saying, because you can, that she should return the TV. This is just somebody else's problem. There's one close to me. I should leave the abroad that I'm working and come and stay with you in Enugu State where you are a lecturer. I should leave the job that I have and come and meet you in Enugu State where you're a lecturer. Now there are compromises, but we can't be fools. We can't be fools because at the end of the day, we are raising a family, especially when there are children. You need to agree with me on the fact that two of us have good intentions for our children. We need to raise our children in a certain way. We need to. So if you can't understand these standards, I get it, but can I explain it to you? Maybe you grew up in the ghetto, but maybe I did not. So can we understand ourselves?
And that's why that 50-50 thing that Jimoski was asking about can be quite a challenge, right? Because when the guy feels like I can't bring my 50, he now wants to limit what you can do. So that is but when you start looking at yourselves as a team, like we are married, we are in this together, we are pulling our resources into a central pot and we are addressing the needs of the family from this central pot. And we will consider those needs collectively. Say what do we need to do right now? What can wait? What is an emergency? Do you know? You put all of that into consideration and then you take care of the family's needs. That way, when there's a lot of money, you can actually improve your quality of life. And it doesn't have to be that it is the wife who improved the quality of life. No, it is that our family's quality of life has improved because our collective income has increased.
And nobody has to know. Most importantly, nobody has to know.
Someone says her career is our career. His business is our business. Do you understand? The house is our house, our car, everything is our. When you look at it like that, then all of this, I'm not the one who brought the money for the TV, therefore you cannot buy it, doesn't come up. I'm not the person who brought the money for the rent. I can only afford house in how many hours away from where we work, so we must go and live there. No, that doesn't come up. So you will give thanks to the Lord if your spouse is earning more money because it means that
let's bring this point.
Okay.
To a large extent, I'm sorry, I'm going to be very controversial right now.
Just go ahead.
To a large extent, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. To a large extent, I will blame the woman. Yes, because question number one I'll ask is, what kind of man did you get married to in the first place? Okay, we have men who are traditional men. We have men who want to be seen as the alpha and the omega of the house. We have men who want to be seen and known to be the providers. Okay, it's not a problem. We also have women who like men like this, who want their husband to be like this. Okay, so what kind of man did you get married to? You got married to a traditional man. You got into the marriage and you want to change him. It doesn't work that way. He's a traditional man. He's a traditional man.
You see this traditional man. You see this traditional man.
Listen,
I don't
wait,
You guys don't want to go down that road.
No,
though.
wait.
So all these things that we talked about here, this is what you got.
No, yes. I have to guess.
No.
Wait. Are there men who are traditional?
What? No, wait, hold on.
He started the matter from the roots.
Yes. Let's go back to the root. You saw the guy.
Let's be factual. You saw the guy
You see,
before you married him.
okay, no.
We are
See,
going to leave this topic. We will do this thing. This thing
place they want to
what is going on?
we will leave this topic because it's a lot of lies going on in the talking stage, man.
Why did you open your eyes?
Some days ago, this man was on my show and saying, "I don't chase. Men don't chase anymore."
No, you're getting it wrong, bro. You're getting it wrong.
Excuse me, I have a TX recording.
You're getting it wrong.
No, wait.
I wasn't meant to chase.
The wait. That is what you said.
No,
is your opinion. It's Prince that said he still chases. So this one continued saying that he does not chase. He does not have time. No time to be stressed. I have a question. When we are chasing, do you think it's only the woman that is because the women were saying, calling and saying that they just want to know the kind of man that they are dealing with. Is he a patient person? Is it a this? Is it a that? And they were like, is that why you'll be wasting our time, collecting our money, stressing or doing that, doing shakara? So, and I'm asking, are we the only ones who are supposed to even know the kind of man we want to get in? You men, are you not interested in knowing the person that you are even chasing?
Who says men don't do their own due diligence? Who says men
due diligence?
Then are they marrying them for?
My point.
Okay, so no. But please, let's be defining this traditional man thing that you are saying.
Okay.
Are you saying that the traditional man is a wait? Explain the traditional man first of all.
Oh, before you just explain.
No, yes, explain it.
No, he will explain.
Okay.
When we come back, we need to take a break. We need to take a commercial from our sponsors. They've been showing me.
Dive into the world of limitless possibilities with Broken Walls Media, the one-stop destination for unparalleled media and broadcasting excellence. Immerse your audience in captivating live experiences that breaks down walls and forge unforgettable connections. Our seasoned team ensures every moment is a masterpiece from concept to execution. Step into our state-of-the-art podcast studio where innovation meets sound. Craft your narrative with top-notch equipment and acoustics, turning every word into a symphony of ideas. Your story amplified. Innovative productions with our cutting-edge equipment. From cameras to lighting, we provide the tools to turn your vision into a reality. Quality is our commitment. Success is our guarantee. Welcome to Broken Walls Media.
Okay. Welcome back. And we're picking up on the issue of the traditional man.
KJ, explain yourself.
Explain.
You're not getting
Because I know that the next sentence that comes out of his mouth now is the African man. But explain yourself. No, explain.
She has you right where she wants.
Explain. Who is the traditional
have
man?
someone backstage, but explain yourself.
Who is the traditional man?
So that we can take the call.
Exactly. What's the traditional man?
A traditional man is that man who sees himself, who is the head,
The alpha male.
the alpha male.
Yes.
Do you understand? Who wants to be regarded as Lord and Master in his house? Do you understand? I mean, it is not a new thing. It has been that way from time immemorial. Okay, is the reason Sarah will call Abraham my Lord and Master. Do you understand? Traditional.
It was Lord alone.
Okay, Lord, my Lord. Anyway, shall call him something. Okay, my Lord. It is not a bad thing. These are men who these are men who are connected to their roots.
What's the root?
Their traditions.
Which tradition?
Which tradition? Don't you have a tradition? Where are you from?
Exactly why I'm asking you the question that I'm asking you. Because if you go by the traditional man that you people used to shout traditional man, the women that you people are even complaining about now, that you are forming, that they are saying that they are independent, you have not seen anything.
Wow.
Because
you don't want us to talk about
yes,
you just want us to
that whole traditional sense
Mm.
that has created certain what's the English? Egotistic, egocentric. Thank you. Before, let me give you an example of tradition. I come from a culture.
Okay.
Yes, the man might be forming, I am the leader of the house. But not being gay land, farmland. Now in wife.
Depending on the
But
tradition.
they submit.
That's why
I say I come from a culture.
The traditional man is relative. The traditional man. If you say there's a traditional, that's what you say. Just say some men are alpha male.
Exactly.
If you use
tradition, I come from a culture that, and is that same woman that has farmland, that some of them will come back and still, give what's it called, give Caesar his due. But you cannot be a, pardon my word, what's the word? Then you are just there, you just the waste. You just a waste for inside house, and then you still want that woman that owns farmland to come back and be kneeling down for you. Possible.
How can happen?
It cannot happen. So when you say a traditional man, the man that is forming head of house in where I come from, as he's having what he's using to be forming king, his wife has to. His wife has to. And when the children are respecting by achievements, they are respecting in both ends.
Okay.
So change the English to Afame.
Don't
say traditional.
The traditional man.
Because we have something number of tribes, and each tribe has different tradition.
Yeah.
Alpha male.
Skip English.
Please.
Forget the white.
Can we take the call back?
Today is a show unusual, and we would just like to let our audience know that because we have quite a number of issues to address here, we're not stopping at the usual 9 o'clock. Yeah, so we're extending this to 9:30. So
1 hour 30 minutes.
just stick with us, and if you really have to leave, no worries. You can always come back and watch the rest. But we have to make the most of this opportunity with our special guests.
Please, we have some people backstage that we can take their calls. Everyone that we're going to call up now, 2 minutes, so that the other people can take, because they are okay. Yeah, my producer said 1 minute. So
1 minute is actually long.
Yeah, 2 minutes is long. So 1 minute, please make your points in 1 minute, because the lines are burning up. Emmy Copy, can you hear us? Emmy Copy. Emmy Copy, you are live. Can you hear us? His sound is not coming through. His sound is not coming through. Manasseh, can you hear us? Manasseh, you are live?
Yes, I can.
We can hear you.
Good evening.
Manasseh, you are live, but you need to use your.
First of all, I saw the topic and I was expecting.
Manasseh, you are touching something.
Female one side, female one side. But anyways, as it is, the topic is interesting one, and I feel like based on this gender dynamics, we should have to recognize that they get on classes, based on different people's identity or race, you have to be able to consider intersectionality, recognizing the different gender dynamics.
Not to speak
English. Manasseh has come again. Manasseh is speaking English. Sorry, your network is poor, so you keep breaking in. You keep breaking out, so we're not hearing you.
Excuse me, sir. Small discussion where we dey discuss. You reach your turn. The English no come.
Intersectionality.
Allow the young
man. You can explain. Ephraim, you're live. Ephraim, you're live. Can you hear us, Ephraim?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. 1 minute, please.
If I just a little diversion, if I get you guys correctly, now that woman first talk to me egocentric. She don't even know the English first. She talk egocentric. Now the lady was speaking English. Okay, so I'm not going to say if two partners are going to want their family to work individually, that is based on who does better than the other, they are the ones that are losing, because it will mean that they will have to limit the achievement that their family can make together, because of who will take the praise. Shall I say praise? Who will take the glory for it? Yeah, that's the point I came to make now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, we are
Thank
table
you
shaker too.
Okay. Emmy Copy, have you worked on your sound? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good, Emmy Copy, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just want to make an input on the show. Okay, so I feel gender dynamics require science, a delicate balance of understanding, respect, and ongoing dialogue. I also feel it's a complex landscape shaped by norms, personal experiences, and evolving perspective.
Hi, Emmy, thank you. Thank you. And like Sweetness said, that's what discuss was just a discussion. Just small discussion.
We get Professor so.
At least he has made it clear that you require ongoing dialogue. So because it is so dynamic and things keep changing and you don't really know who is coming with what, when you meet one, please engage, right? And have ongoing dialogue according to Emmy Copy, so that you will get to understand the specimen that has walked into your life, right? And know whether this is the kind that you can deal with, can live with, can grow with, right? Can enjoy life with, or this is the kind you should run away from.
Can we talk about gender dependency?
Oh, we will get there. Let's take some comments.
We will get there.
Yes.
Yeah, Jiwoski says when whose respect, let me see, when respect their pastor more than, I'm sure he's trying to say women.
Women,
thank you.
Respect, yes.
Women who respect their pastor more than their husband are either brainwashed or they are not getting enough love or attention.
From who?
My brother, it may not always be so. They are very religious women.
Yes,
very religious women.
There's some people who actually see their pastors as God. Do you understand? And they'll say the reverence I would have given to God Almighty, I am expressing it by giving this reverence.
And the husband cannot get it.
And the husband is like, what?
No, he needs to go and get anointing.
I can imagine how the husband will be sitting there in church and crossing his leg when he sees the wife kneeling down to serve the pastor. Like,
is this for
going
real?
on here?
Is this real?
Can I shake a table about this
Please
thing?
go ahead, shake.
So you see some of those women, now then they pray the prayer for house. Now, when you are growing up, whether you are a traditionalist or you are a faith-based person, who is the person that is in charge of carrying the spiritual part of the house? It's not supposed to be the man. Una hand over, give woman.
Who hand over?
Woman, he hand over.
See, that's part of gender.
No, you will have to. You will have to bring. You will have to bring.
No, okay.
Where are you getting your statistics
some men,
from?
the men, women will full church with their husband.
So you're saying no.
You're
saying we have more women in church than men. Where's your statistics?
He brought them to church.
He brought a church. Then he jammed from there. He left.
No, he has other duties.
Thank you. Okay, now. So and this thing, I'm saying it from, how will I put it? A married woman has complained about this thing. You can't expect a woman who is the one that is spiritually carrying the house, and you are not connecting this. No, I'm saying it's an excuse that she might have for some of those women.
Yes.
Now you know, go connect your spiritual life.
He does
days. Even as a traditionalist, it is the man that to sacrifice. I don't know why people said already. You people lost. You are. As I said, even if you're a traditionalist, you sacrifice to the gods. It is the man that goes. When the woman is now in charge of all those Nigerian females, when the woman is now in charge of doing the juju or doing anything, do you see how she treats her husband? What are you doing in the physical? She's taking over spiritually. Then you want to come and speaking English for her in the physical.
Me, I don't understand.
And you're not matching her in that anointing. So she will transfer it to her pastor. Wow. She can't marry the spirit realm. She cannot marry you there. So if her pastor that she's seeing there, she will tell you to fast. You are busy. You're always busy. But that busy, some of those rewards that we are seeing in the physical, she has taken control in the spiritual realm. The anointing that she's jamming is her pastor's own. Bro, go and match your wife in the spiritual realm.
Is he a woman?
He's a man.
Excuse me. Can we always have balance? Because when we talk pastors, we make it look like because we are talking gender dynamics. Sometimes these pastors are actually prophetesses. These spiritual people are they are prophetesses. So whether you like, be angry or not, or be
it's
your
the truth.
The problem is that it is valid. What is not valid is the fact that you will disrespect your husband to respect a person of a clergy. That is what is not valid. But the fact that she's going to probably give certain kind of considerations, like, oh, today is a Saturday. As I finish what I'm doing in the house, instead of staying here and frolic around with you, that we can frolic tomorrow or another day, I'm going to clean church, or I'm going to see Pastor Annie, or I'm going to see Pastor Kingsley, and you will not be angry that time that we're supposed to spend together. You're going to go and you're having prayer meeting. You're having prayer.
That one is different.
You know that everything we're saying here. We know that everything we're saying here, we are equating it to people that have sense.
Yeah, of course.
When you said where is your statistics coming from, that
women are in church.
No, that men lost their handed over. Please, can we use a little bit of wisdom to look into what happened when Eve let that happen?
Wait, before
this is very short. This is going to be very short. This is going to be very short. You understand? Now, the dominion was given to Anye, to who? Who did they give the dominion to?
Husband.
No, who did God give dominion to?
Why are you asking me?
The dominion was given to man. Man had taken charge of everything after God created.
Name animal, done everything.
You understand? Then they say take charge. You understand? It was ADHD. You're not giving us enough attention.
Is it a problem to have
That is where the problem started. The problem started with when I remember that when they brought Eve to you, you told God that this is good. She shall be called woman. She was taken out of me and the bone of my bone. So now this was good. You understand? You agreed with God that it was good. Eve now chop apple. Now give you chop. Not even ask you, but that's not the problem.
So it's a crime now to love.
That's what I said. That one is not the problem.
No, the point.
The problem here now is that when God now came and said, where are you? It don't stop as the woman. He said, it's the woman
you gave me.
You
can't even explain yourself.
I would have just been good on my own.
So is that's where the sense.
That is where you get. That's where you sold your sense.
Is the sense that we are talking about.
So you're saying in summary that this problem has been there from the
beginning. You don't start things.
And it's a spiritual problem as well.
For me, I don't see that problem. Now, there is this perspective of there is a role a woman has to play in the house, right? Now, if the man is not capable enough spiritually,
that's where you people are.
There's a place of capability.
Let him land.
There's a place of capability. If the man is not capable enough
spiritually,
and the woman can take it up. You know, it is bad if the spiritual position in the house is vacuum. The man is not spiritual, the woman is not spiritual.
It's bad.
Like you said the other time, if you are taking the child to school, you are not helping me. You are doing your duty. If you take the spiritual position in the house too,
You are doing your duty.
That doesn't mean you hand it over to our family. No.
Wait. You are doing it for your family.
Okay.
So the point is, in the situation whereby you are praying, you do know in some family, it's the woman that determines the church that the husband goes to.
Bam.
It's not because the husband cannot say no. It's because of the fact that the husband willfully give her that position to take.
So you are saying that the husband is still the head, the spiritual head, but he gave the role of the priest. He delegated the role of the priest of the house.
So why don't they use to agree to delegate? Why don't they use some of them? Why don't you willingly delegate your financial role like that? Why does it bite you when it concerns money more than when it concerns spiritual matters?
So when we're talking,
which one are you?
When we're talking, when we started this thing, we said we are talking about the men that have sense.
Okay, all right.
So those ones that are not delegating financial thing, it should be. See, if you are smarter if you are smarter than me as a lady, I respect you. If you are able to make more money than me as a lady, I respect you.
If you are more spiritual than me,
I respect
you. That is not
yardstick to give honor to your pastor more than you give to your husband.
You don't blame man.
Justify that action here to tell me because I'm more spiritual than you are, I'm more spiritually strong than you are, I should honor my pastor more than I honor you. That's not justification.
It is because you do not.
It is because
you don't honor the
because
to say the two the couple like
they go the place.
These newly married people that trended because of the kneeling down of Moses Bliss and everything. She's not even a Pentecostal, she dey go Catholic. Now father, she dey go clean church on Saturdays and every day. No be even pastor matter. So, but in all the fights that Instagram in-laws were fighting, why? Because the husband is in sync. The husband say all of you should go and shut up and sit down. Because it's two of them that are kneeling the kneeling.
Thank you.
Yes.
And it's their kneeling, it's not your kneeling.
It is not your kneeling, but maybe, just
the husband had a back.
Just maybe. If you will also tap in, even if you're not going to clean church with me or you're not
just understand
just understand that if you join me, it will not be only me that is kneeling this kneeling.
No. If you kneel down to your pastor, not kneel down to your husband.
This place are going. But then they're talking about balancing it.
Exactly.
Now
let's balance it.
Wait now.
Allow this guy.
They are talking about
they
are talking about respecting the pastor. Nobody has problem with respecting your pastor. Let me rebuff.
But give me my own respect.
Let me rebuff. We are talking about people.
They do the same thing pastor is doing.
So if no. So if you give me my respect, okay, we left the house with the money. You did not cook for me. You will say, okay, can't you cook yourself? But I married you as a woman. You did not cook for me. But you go to church. You probably went to the church. You went with a cooler of food. You don't give pastor. You don't need them. You don't need them.
Because I already told you that the problem is not valid if I'm going to disrespect my husband to respect the pastor.
We are talking of anointing.
This spiritual position you are talking about now, still in the Bible, the whole of Israel, as big as it was, they relinquished that responsibility to Esther to free Israel from what's the name of this guy.
But you know, say for that same scripture, now Mordecai and they use him in connection still wrong. Mordecai was not useless. Mordecai was not useless.
At this point, so I will not get to the point where we tear shit. Where we not tear shit.
It's 9:30 anyway, so we need to take some comments and then we wrap up.
Because people are like my people are still there. I can see people are still there. All over YouTube people, I can see you. Facebook, I can see you. So you can see that we are trying not to tear shirts in the studio here. Let's just take some comments. Okay, no, we're taking this.
You know, Victor updated his own.
He updated. Okay.
Yes. Victor says, please don't get me wrong. We do not need to be told. We want to be
He's
told.
supporting emotion. He's supporting business emotion.
It would be nice to hear nice words every now and then, but we don't need it. need is different from want.
You need it. From the mouth of a therapist to your ears, my brother, you need it.
Speak it.
Uche!
Wow.
Yes, Uche says I agree with KJ on the traditional man. Marry the kind of man that fits your idea.
Uche, you are Igbo man.
The second sentence is the correct
ideal. That fits your idea
of ideal.
Okay, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
People just Timora says people just say things that they really aren't into. Okay,
packaging.
Okay, that's at the talking stage.
Packaging.
Packaging. Yes, then they lie.
Now packaging they call now, don't be lie.
Yes. He said, boss just said my mind. I agree with you.
Okay,
he said, Uche says most men actually get women more than the number of women who vex. I don't get that. If you get it. It's not complete, I get so.
I would love to join this type of panel one day. When you show.
When you show from SA and you meet us here at the studio, we'll welcome you live and direct.
It also says the show is really educative and interesting, especially the young ones who are about to go into marital homes to learn and understand what it means and what it takes.
There's no one size fits all.
Okay, so let's see.
His couple goes
let's take the one from Emmanuel. Let them down there. Emmanuel says, as we navigate gender dynamics, it's essential to recognize the interconnectedness of social expectations, cultural influences, and personal identities.
Somebody had to answer him. Is this guy studying bibliography? Peter Rose in my dictionary they beside me. I mean, this can help us now. It's more discussion that we are discussing here.
Sometimes when God joins two people, he gives the woman the grace of fighting the spiritual battle for their family. That's why when they are giving the marriage certificate,
they give it to the woman.
They give it to the woman.
Right?
Okay, all right. So thank you very much. I think that's all the comments we can take. It has been, let's see, Ubo Abasi says, respect your pastor, but don't neglect your husband. Thank you very much. That's a very nice way to put it. You man, you should, there's something called emotional intelligence. It's part of common sense. You know how you treat your husband, and then you know that your husband is following you to church, even if he's not following you. If somebody goes, if they snap you or do a clip of how you're serving your pastor and then send it to your husband, is he going to feel like, how? Is he going to feel small beside your pastor? Is he going to feel like you revere someone else more than him? So think about it and then make the necessary adjustments. If I cannot kneel down for my husband, pastor, sorry, I cannot kneel down for you. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All this, you cannot genuflect. But no, yeah, really, just make sure that you respond to your life in such a way that you don't make the person you claim is the most important person to you. You don't make him feel small beside other people. Yeah, you get me? All right, so it has been really wonderful on today's show. It's time to go, but we really would like to say thank you. Thank you so much, Deji. Thank you so much, Sweetness. Thank you so much, Ona. Thank you, KJ. I mean, you guys brought it hot and smoking. And thank you so much, my beloved one and only.
It was a romance. It's giving. I mean, now this is the cause problem. Our couple goes. Now the cause problem. Now the cause problem.
That's collecting my glory.
You are the glory.
I need to start
This week I wrote a poem for him.
God, when
I was like, man, she was just waxing lyrical. Like, nah, man. At that point, I just had to savour it because I'm a man of many words. But at that point, my silence was
speechless.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thanks to our engaging audience. Everybody, you guys were on fire. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the big English. Some things we will go and check in the dictionary.
You'll be writing.
Yes. So we'll see you next week on Common Sense for Relationships. And like we always say, remember, common sense is not so common. Good night, everybody. Bye.
We don't.
Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and relationships. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.